Hey everyone, this is Chase at Rocky Mountain ATVMC, and these are my top 5 tips to help you in sand turns. All right everyone, so in this video today we want to share with you our top 5 tips that are going to help you in sand turns. Whether you're at a track that has some sandy sections or maybe just riding on a sand track, these tips are going to help you out. We're out here today at Flying Iron Horse Ranch, an amazing track to ride. And you're going to notice though there's a lot of sandy turns out here, and sand, it has a mind of its own. Every lap you come around, the lines change, and it really can jump up and bite you if you're not prepared for it. So we just want to give you some tips that are going to help you guys out. Now, tip number 1 is get off the brakes. So it's really important no matter what turn you're going in, whether it's sand or even hard pack, you don't want to be on the brakes as you're going through a turn, but especially in sand, because sand, it really just sucks the tires into the ground. If you're on the brakes in the sand, especially the front brake, you'll have a tendency to knife the front, where the front just will really quickly turn on you, or you can even start to push the front wheel. So I call it the rule of 10s. What I mean by that is you want to have all your braking done 10 feet before you enter a turn, and then from that point, you're looking forward, you're spotting your line, and you're going to carry your momentum through that turn. Now that leads me to tip number 2, and that is momentum. So with sand especially, you don't want to have to be clutching the bike. You want to carry as much momentum through as possible, because sand, the faster you go, it's a little bit easier to balance. So if you can carry more momentum through the turn, that's going to help you balance the bike better. And you got to remember to have good body position too. You're not going to treat it like a rut where you're going to lean with the bike as you're going through a rut. In sandy conditions, you want to make sure that you're really weighting the outside peg. Your body position wants to be a little bit more upright, and that's going to keep your weight on top of the bike so you're not falling over in that sand, you're not pushing. So carry as much momentum through the turn as possible. Tip number 3 is going to be line choice. Now this might not apply to every single sand turn that you're in, but you got to pay attention. I know with sandy turns, they're a ton of fun to just come in, get on the gas and just rail that berm as hard as you can. But when it comes to being faster and more efficient, a lot of times what you can do is when you look at those sandy berm turns, look at the base, because right at the base of that turn, or where that, where it starts to build up that wall, that's going to be the firmest section of that turn, and that's where you're going to get the most traction and most bite with your tire. So rather than trying to just rail the outside where it might be deeper and you're not going to get as much drive, stay a little bit lower in that turn, and chances are you're going to find a little bit more traction to get more forward drive. Tip number 4 is just be loose. Sand is unpredictable. And if you come into sand being really tense because you don't know what's gonna happen, that's gonna compound those smaller mistakes. So it's really important as you come into sand, squeezing the bike with your knees and your ankles as hard as you can, but make sure to keep your upper body loose. That way, if something does go unexpected, you're ready for it and you can react to it. But don't be so tense that the bike is gonna maneuver you. Let the bike work underneath you. That's really gonna help you out. Tip number 5 is tire selection. So like I said, we're out here at this track today. It's got some hard pack sections, a lot of sandy sections as well. So if you have a hard pack tire or a hard terrain tire, those knobs on those are gonna have a harder time digging in and getting bite and driving in that sand. So if you're riding an area that's got a lot of sand in it, it's definitely gonna make a big difference and help you if you have a soft intermediate tire. So on my bike, I've got the MX33 tires from Dunlop. It's a soft intermediate tire. So when you look at the rear tire, it's got big, knobs right down the center of it. Those give really good forward drive in those softer conditions. But what I like about this tire specifically is as the track starts to dry out, you get a little bit more hard pack later in the day, this tire still gives good traction and good bite. So pay attention to your tire selection. If you have the opportunity, throw some soft intermediate tires on there, and that's gonna really help out. All right, guys, so there they are. Those are our top 5 tips to help you out in sand turns. Now, if you have some tips of your own that you think will help out, well, by all means, comment below. If you guys like this top 5 video, well, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we're always doing top 5 videos, how-tos, product spotlights, bike builds, you name it, we got it. I'm Chase at Rocky Mountain. Thanks for watching.